What's up, guys? Mason the Brock Henderson here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and warn you. Kind of tired. I may yawn a little bit. I'm yawning all night. Um, yeah, so I apologize in advance. This is a late night review of Elementary, Season 4, Episode 7. Um, another very interesting one with Holmes' father. Just because, once again, I don't know how to take him. Well, at least until the end. I'll get to that. But the case itself, very interesting. Again, like I said in the last review, Elementary always has these good cases. No matter what's going on the outside, whether stuff on the outside is good or bad, the cases are always good. They're always enjoyable. There's always an interesting take to it. And like I said, I think it was 3 episodes ago, there was one where the line of logic was just, they followed it here, and then, it split off in a fork. So they took one way, it didn't work there, so they came back, took it that way, which led to another fork. They take one, doesn't work, take it the other. And sometimes, they take just one way, and, it has a fork, they take one side of the fork, and that leads to, the rest of the case. But I really love how the show does that. I like how it ties everything together. Every decision they make, everything that is going on ties together. In this case, there's a sniper, shoots 4 people to kill, and then shoots 5 to wound them. Holmes' father shows up, says he knows this guy because of some past dealings where somebody offered to off somebody for him. And he's like, but of course I turned it down. And it's just like, did you really though? But, this is the guy they were going to use. And, you kind of suspect there's some sort of twist to what he's doing. Sure enough, the business that he's dealing with, he'll have future dealings with them later. And so he kind of wants to get at them a bit. But, it starts off with him and Sherlock working together while, Watson and NYPD are working together, trying to get a hold of Sherlock. He's not answering because everyone locked his phone, so he couldn't answer. But anyway, Sherlock and his dad working together all morning. They picked the most high-profile target of the 4 that got killed because likely the shooter, Sherlock's dad says that the shooter has done this before, where he alternates, between a kill and a wounding to mask who his real target is. So they picked the most high profile, and I can't remember his exact position at this place, but it's this really high expense firm, and they're talking to people there. He was opposing this building of a $2 billion dam in some other country, and so they're thinking, well, it must be whoever was opposed against him. But things are moving. Come to find out that this guy was on the wrong side of the building from where he normally is. He had a routine, and where he was shot was on the opposite side of his routine. So anybody who knew him would not have the sniper set up on the other side. So Holmes is looking. He finally gets a hold of, or he gets his phone unlocked and finds out more information about the other 3 that were killed. Finds out that there's a plumber in there who actually had a routine of being where he was supposed to be, and that's where he was shot. He was the first one that was killed, and come to find out that the business itself was not completely clean. The plumber actually was having an affair with the lawyer's wife, so they suspect the lawyer, but he's acting surprised. And then Sherlock's dad talks to I guess he's the CEO. Turns out that the lawyer's wife was his mistress, and he was upset that the mistress was stepping out on both of them to the plumber, so he had the plumber killed. And Sherlock the rest of it pretty much becomes trying to prove it. Sherlock finds video of him entering with a golf bag that likely had the gun in it, and they took a swab of it, found gun residue, and if that's not enough, the mistress said that she's willing to testify because the lawyer's leaving her. So they have everything nice and tidy, wrapped in a bow to prosecute this guy. And so, I'm like, okay, that was a good case, some good twists in there. Made me think it was going this way, but then I'm like, never mind. And they're like, oh, just kidding, this business is involved. So, I like the fact that it doesn't just make it so bland and just running through formulas. The case itself is very, very well written, very well worked, and everything that happens for a purpose. One clue will lead to another clue, which well, we can take the clue this way, we can take it this way. Let's follow this line of logic. Nothing happened here, so we'll go this way. Oh, look, another clue. Which is how Sherlock Holmes works. That's how he does it. He takes all the clues into account and picks up more clues until he has the whole picture. So I like the fact that they're staying true to that. But what's really interesting about this episode is, like I said, Sherlock's dad. He's very involved right now. And at the beginning, it kind of seems like, yeah, he has his own selfish reasons for why he's helping out Sherlock. But at the same time, you can kind of see where, yeah, he seems like he is trying to be a better person. Like, what is this? This isn't the Mr. Holmes that Sherlock's been talking about. Who is this guy? And even Holmes at one point, which is hysterical, is asking him, "Do you have a have you felt a decrease in your hormones?" He's just like, pretty much asking, if he has a lack of testosterone. That's just one of many explanations of why you're acting more like a human recently. I'm just like, dang, that's harsh. Like, this is his dad he's talking to. He's asking him if his testosterone levels are down. I mean, that's, wow. But I mean, from the stories and seeing what he has done in the past, you can kind of understand why Sherlock's a bit bitter. But like I said, we're seeing two sides of him for most of the episode. Like, we're seeing the side of him that wants to be a better father for Sherlock, that wants to be involved. Sherlock tries to get rid of him, tries to get him to leave, and he's just like, no, we're gonna work together on this. It kind of feels like, he's trying to help, but then they're talking to the people of this business, and he's threatening them to close down this $2 million project to build the dam. It's just like, so is he good or is he bad? And it goes back and forth through the whole episode. Like, he has these moments of good, but then he has these moments of bad. But then finally, there's this, I can't remember what agent he was. I want to say Interpol? He was a British guy they were talking to on the, over video conference, and his name was Lucas. I remember that much. But he comes into this looked like a yacht at the end, and he's talking to Sherlock's dad, and Sherlock's dad's like, so what's so important that you had me come all the way down here? And he just starts kind of threatening him. He's like, I know why you're here. Do you only talk to Sherlock about why you're here? I know exactly what's going on with your boy. All of this stuff. And of course, it's all shrouded in mystery. We don't really know what he's talking about. We just know it seems like there's something going on. And then Sherlock's dad references this other agent that he was partners with, which I guess means that they're kind of in cahoots. And he's just like, do you know what happened to him? You remember what happened to him whenever he tried to back out of our agreement? And the guy's just like, what? And I'm just like, what? Like, he had a guy killed? Like, he's a murderer. He's evil. I've decided now he is evil. He's officially evil. I don't care what anybody else says. He's evil. Crazy. And I mean, that just... I was wondering how long they were going to keep this up. You know, this... Is he good? Is he bad? Is he good? Is he bad? Is he good? Is he bad? And then this episode finally confirms that he's bad. You know, this guy tried to back out of this deal with him, tried to mess up his plans, and got killed for it. And even the agent's just like, you know, he had 2 sons. And then he retorts with, how are your 2 daughters? And it's just like, oh my god, this guy is... He's like the British version of The Godfather. Like, it just sounds like he could totally rip into somebody just with his words alone. And that is in no small part due to the actor. I mean, oh my gosh. His voice, I mean, I've been kind of imitating it a bit. Very deep and just eloquent at the same time, but sounds like he could get very mad if he wanted to. He plays the part to perfection. Whenever he's trying to act good, you can sense that kind of charming personality that he's there for you. It's deep, it's soothing voice, but at the same time, whenever he's threatening somebody, that deep soothing turns into deep threatening. You know, I love the fact that he can go back and forth on a dime. You know, like when he's talking to this guy, this agent that he's partnered with, it starts off like they're pals. He's like, so what's the reason for you coming down here? And then the guy starts threatening him. He's like, need I remind you what happened to Agent whatever? Dabbing his mouth as he's eating. I'm just like, this guy he's scary. And it completely makes sense because everything Sherlock's been telling us, this is him. This is the guy that Sherlock's been telling us about. And I'm so glad we're finally getting to see it. I'm so glad that I don't have to keep asking questions, you know, what is this? What is this? Because I'll admit that whole back and forth thing was getting a little bit tedious, and because, you know, I like a bit of mystery, but there's some point when it just feels like you're just leading us on, you're just teasing us, you know, it's just, oh, is he good? Oh, he might be bad. Oh, is he good? We'll never know. And so it's nice that they're finally just like, okay guys, enough questions, enough mystery, here you go, now you know for sure, he's a bad guy. But yeah, you know, just that ending it didn't make the whole episode, you know, like the rest of the episode was really good, the case itself was really good, but this just kind of added on to the end, made it so fulfilling and just like, what's gonna happen next? Like, you can tell it's building up to like Sherlock versus his dad. Like, that's gonna be the ultimate payoff. At least I'm hoping in the end, where whatever plan he has for being in New York, like Sherlock's gonna be affected. He and Joan are gonna have to work together to stop it, whatever it is. People might die. Yeah, it's very, very well done at the end. Just the way they were kind of building it up, and then boom at the end. And now I say that the guy died. I'm assuming he did. The way, I mean, they didn't really confirm that he had died, but the way, like I said, the agent was just like, he had 2 sons, like, you know, you killed, you let those sons fatherless type feeling to it. But I don't know for sure. But yeah, so really intriguing episode, really intriguing ending. The case, once again, was great. And I'm really excited to see where it goes from here. I know, obviously, this is, you know, it's... Elementary does this weird thing where they start later than almost every other show, and then their mid-season finale is, like, they don't really have one. They have the first few episodes, and then they take a break for Christmas like every other show, and then they start back again and then take another break, like somewhere in mid-spring, and then finish off right before summer. So I hate the fact that I have to wait to find out what happens next, but I mean, if you're going to leave me with something, I guess this is the best thing to leave me with, just what's going to happen next with Sherlock and his dad. So what do you think? Comment down below, leave a like and subscribe if I'm gonna start coming up with something funny here. Like, leave a like and subscribe if you think, I don't know. Leave a like and subscribe if you think Sherlock is gonna beat his dad. Yeah. That's all I got. Alright, well, see you guys after Christmas at the next review. Peace out.